Hello everyone, welcome to the second commentary video on my channel. I was a bit hesitant on doing the voiceover for the last video, but I talked to some of my friends who watched the video and they said they really liked it. So I think I'm gonna keep doing it. I think it also makes the video a lot more entertaining than just blank speedrunning footage. And if you don't want the commentary, just mute the video, it's not that hard. And this one, I'm really excited about this video, because it finally happened. I finally got a sub 30, and I didn't just get a sub 30, I got a sub 25. And I think that's also the thing, when you're at, like, my level of speedrunning, so I've been doing this for quite a while. I've been speedrunning on and off for like 6 months now, and it took me months to get my first run, and that was like an hour and 3 minutes, and I think I wouldn't reset, I would just play at school on my trackpad, which is a terrible idea. I mean, and I think if you're only doing like Bastion practice or Portal practice, then it's fine, but I'd say definitely do not play at school and don't play RSG, because I think it would just absolutely shatter my mental, because I would just think I'm playing awfully right now. And I mean, like, you could in part say that's because of bad mechanics, but you could also definitely say it's because I'm on a trackpad. Like, if you're on a trackpad, you're not gonna play well. So I think it's just, I don't know, I think you should definitely be careful about it, and definitely, when I started speedrunning, I didn't have seed queue, I didn't have any of the, like, right now I play on a PC, I have an RTX 4060 and an Intel i5-14400F, and like, while it's not the best PC in the world, it's very good. Like, I can run Minecraft at 32RD, and when I was playing on my Mac, it wasn't nearly as good, and that would just, I don't know how to describe it. I feel like it would just make me feel a lot less confident, and in saying that, I do kind of realize that I'm coming off a bit like, ugh, you have to play on your Mac, and I feel like that's not what I'm trying to do. Um, I don't really know where I'm going with that. That's also the thing about these commentary videos, is you have to just speak continuously for 24 minutes, and one of my friends said to me, like, you should have some cuts in between, so like you can give your voice a rest, so you can, like, you know, actually think about what you're saying. But I think doing it this way is better, because one of the reasons why I want to do these commentary videos is because I'm bad at holding conversations, especially with new people, and part of that, I feel like, is I just can't think of what to say. I just sort of, I just, I don't know how to describe it. I just sort of, I can't think of anything to say, and then I sort of just panic, because, like, oh no, there's an awkward silence. And I think in doing this, like, I have to be talking for just for like however long the run is, and I think that's really good practice for um for me, and like for me trying to hold a conversation. And I feel like right now I don't have anything to talk about, and that's the great thing with commentary videos, because when you forget to what you want to talk about, you can just talk about the run. And what you see here, I spawned like 2 blocks away from a bastion. I checked for a fort quickly. I don't see anything. That's the only thing. Sub 5 bastion, which is very good for me. That's the only thing with this run that I feel like could have made it so much faster, is the fort was just so far away. It was absolutely depressing. It was, I think, 31 chunks away. Whoa, I mess up there. That's not that big of a deal, though. And yeah, I just think that's the thing with MCSR is, because I feel like when you're speedrunning a lot of other games, it's always going to be the same thing. Like, you're just doing the same levels, the same everything, and you just have to practice getting good at the same movements and the same mechanics. And I feel like with MCSR, that's kind of the same. Like, you're learning the same bastions, you're learning the same blaze beds, the same looting, everything like that. But that's it's something that I love and hate about MCSR, is just how much RNG there is. Because, like, you can be the best speedrunner in the world. You can, like, have the mechanics where you're able to get world record easily. But if you're like, if you don't roll the right seeds, if you're constantly just rolling seeds where there's no bastion, there's no structures, why do I get this block? Anyway, then it's like you aren't gonna get world record. You aren't gonna get a good time because you just aren't getting the right seeds. And that's the thing. I feel like when you first start speedrunning, it does really destroy your mental to think like, I've been doing this for a month. I still haven't even entered a fortress. It's absolutely awful. And I think that's the thing. You don't get good seeds often. And when oh yeah, these pigs are stupid. They stopped aggroing on me, so I had to punch one. But it's like, since you aren't gonna get a good seed every time, in fact it's really rare, and when you're not using seed queue, it's even more rare, then it's just, it can lead you to sort of feel like, I feel like I've been good at this game. Like, I've been playing Minecraft since I was like 5, and like, I've been speedrunning for like 6 months, and in that first month, I thought, I've only entered a bastion once or twice maybe, and it just destroys how your mental and how you feel. And I think that's the thing with everything you do in life. The biggest part of it is how you feel inside, and like how you approach it mentally. And it's really hard to be positive when you're just failing everything. Also, another thing that, oh yeah, that was a bit tragic. I didn't pearl hang. I don't even think that was my fault. I mean, sure, maybe you could say it was because I should have just pearl hanged this way to begin with. But yeah, also, I don't know if you can tell, but I'm gulping so much right now, and the reason is I just had a matcha, and now I also have to talk. I have to talk right now for another almost 20 minutes, slightly less than 20 minutes, and I can already feel my throat is just starting to dry out, and I think, last time it wasn't too bad. It wasn't great, but it could have been worse. Also, last time, I thought, I don't see anyone leave treasures the way I do. Why is that? This is why that is. Look, I get knocked over here. I almost die. I'm getting pelted by pigs. It's just, I still believe it's the play, but I can definitely see why people don't do it. And if you don't get looting, that's really the only reason why. I mean, you can get diamond armor, you can get a diamond sword. That's good. Swords are also good for killing blazes. I also, here I grab gold blocks.
Seriously?
And like, yeah, I don't know if you can hear my voice.
31.
Like, that was live. 31 chunks away. It's absolutely pathetic. And right now, like, when during the Bastion, when I left the Bastion, I was quite nervous because like you never get pace this good. You never just spawn on a Bastion. And so right now I'm thinking I'm still nervous, but the but it's like it's 31 chunks away. Obviously I'm still gonna play it out. Oh yeah, and here, that's why it was so good that I grabbed the gold blocks. You shouldn't grab the gold blocks. I mean, if the terrain was bad, it would have been good because I could have made gold picks to just mine through everything. But here, that's the only thing that saves this run. This terrain is beautiful. Oh yeah, you see there, I didn't quite catch it, but I think my fire res was at like 4 seconds. It was getting very dire. There's a stables bastion over there. Is that stables or is that housing? I feel like for some reason in my mind I sort of, with the bastions, I group stables and housing together, and I group bridge and treasure together. And I think the reason why that is if you see a stables and a housing bastion, unless you're good at the game, and like I've practiced a lot of speedrunning, especially recently. I think it's just, oh, you can see the fort now. So it only took like a minute, which is very good. But because if you see a stables and housing bastion, they kind of look the same. But if you see a treasure and bridge bastion, they don't look the same at all. But they don't look like any of the other bastions. And oh yeah, here I missed the block clutch, and I think arguably I could have. I could have definitely. I could have placed a block a bit later, but fall damage would have screwed me over. And as I was doing that pearl, I was a bit nervous because I thought if I mess up this pearl clutch, I'm gonna land on the soul sand beneath me. So right now it's pretty good pace. I'm entering the fort just below 12 minutes. And I think I should have thrown a pearl here. I was a misplay. I think usually what's good pace is if I'm leaving the bastion sub 10, which I did in this run, and usually for it to be really good pace, I want to be entering the fort sub 10. And I think this seed, if the fort was right there, I could have easily saved 2 minutes. This could have beaten my friend's PB, which I think with speedrunning is my goal. I don't really have a goal. My goal in general is to just beat the game faster and faster, obviously. But once I beat that friend, I won't say their name, but they have a PB of like, I think it's like 22 minutes, and I feel like I'm a better speedrunner than them, especially at the moment. Maybe when because they don't really speedrun anymore, but I feel like even now I'm a better speedrunner than they were at their peak. And like, I'm not too sure. Like, you may think, obviously you're not better. Your PB's way lower, and actually not way worse. It's slightly worse. It's like 2 minutes worse. But you'd think, but we've played a couple ranked games before, and every single time I've either beaten them or they died and quit. Yeah, if I die, and like, I don't know if you can, how well you can hear me talking in this run, but I say right now, if I die right here, I at least have a video. And I think that is true because, like, even if I die right here, I can still make a commentary video. Arguably, it's better because I don't have to talk for as long. That was also a bit tragic. The tree's in the way. Oh my goodness. I feel like I need to get better at late game, because you can just see here my movements are erratic. They're just They aren't good. And I think the thing is
No. Bad.
when
Bad.
you
Bad.
first
Bad.
start a speedrun, you have nothing to lose. Like,
I threw my axe
yeah, I
at them.
threw my axe. That wasn't ideal. You have nothing to lose. It's like, sure, you have a BT, you have two blacksmiths. This is rare, but like, if I die now, I've only wasted like 2 minutes. Sure, I've wasted a good seed. It's annoying, but if I die here, I've waited. I'm leaving the fort 15 minutes. That's very good. That's so now. If I die here, it's very tragic. And I stand on this for way too long. I'm just thinking, like, what do I do? And I'm I'm just not able. I'm not able to really think straight. And that's something I need to get better at. I think I just need to get better at my blind splits. Also my fort splits and my stronghold splits. Really anything late game. Because I think overworlds, sure, like I'm not great at overworlds. I could be a lot better. But the thing about overworlds is you play them so much more than nethers and post nethers. And because like I'll enter the nether, I'll play an overworld like 20 times a day. And I'll play a nether and like a nether where I make it to the 4 and maybe even blind. I'll play that like once a day, maybe. And I think that's really the thing. Also, another thing that you may notice here, when I'm triangulating, where if you see like professional speedrunners, they only throw one eye. Here, I throw two, and I pearl in between. And the reason I do this is I think the greater the distance between your two eye throws, the better, like the better it is, because with triangulation, obviously if you're doing it
That's
wider, I guess, then it's gonna be, it's like easier to triangulate, it's more accurate. And like, if you see speedrunners, professionals, they only throw one eye because they're doing bow tie. And even if they aren't doing bow tie, they throw or if they throw two eyes, they throw those two eyes very close to each other. And I think it's like, I'm still not great at using the calculator. I I'm still pretty slow at it. I guess the word isn't even slow. It's just it isn't as accurate, and I don't really know how to fix it. I think there's like offsets and stuff you can do. I really should mess with those settings. I really should work on it. I think right now I just can't really be bothered, but I guess it would make me I Spy more often. And the thing is, when you have 20 obby, it's still pretty likely that you I Spy. You do I Spy pretty often. And if you don't have 20 obby, you just go to the blind chords and you throw another eye, and then it's almost always 100%. So, I don't know, I think when I get a sub 20 or sub 15, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna learn to zero, and then I'm also gonna learn bow eye, because I feel like at that point you're fast enough where it's like it's worth it. There also, you may not notice it, and I mean, like, you probably wouldn't, but as I was doing this run, I remember having a mini heart attack because I thought I had used too much obby in the portal and I wouldn't be able to finish it. But that's completely fine. I'm pretty slow draining it. I probably just need more practice. And you can see here it misses. So that's really not ideal. I guess like this kind of disproves what I'm saying about triangulation. But you'll see in a minute, it doesn't really miss. It just spawns me below the stronghold. So right now I'm thinking, damn it, this is bad. It's still really good pace. I mean, it is quite low down. This isn't ideal, but it's still sub 30s. And you can see I just dig up into the stronghold, and I built my portal at the bottom of a lava lake. Here I'm trying to do preemptive. I know it's the same pie chart as the one that you locate a BT, but for some reason I never get a spike. For some reason when I set my FOV to 30, then I get a spike. I don't know what that was. I don't even know if it is in this direction. I mean, I assume it is, because that's the direction I got a spike. So I'm just sending this direction, hoping to get to it. I think that's another thing that I'm really happy with in this run is the nav. I think I mess up the nav so often. It's so sad. I'm really bad at stronghold nav. That's just, I commit to one direction and it's terrible. So it is that direction. It isn't. So yeah. I think I did this pretty well. I'm pretty happy with how I played this. I don't remember how bad or good the one cycle is. I get 8 explosives, or 8 beds at least. I don't know how many anchors I get. I don't even end up using the anchors in the end. You'll see, like, when I'm organizing my inventory, I just don't put the anchors in there. I think I was just too preoccupied. Also, I don't know if you can notice here, but I feel like I'm constantly losing my train of thought, and I'm not doing well in this commentary video. I feel like in the first one, the whole time I was feeling like, yeah, sure, this isn't perfect, but I'm able to, I feel like my thoughts are coming out clearly. I feel like people could understand what I'm saying. In this commentary video, I feel like I'm constantly losing my train of thought. I'm constantly stopping to gulp, which is not ideal. And yeah, right now, and as I'm waiting for the dragon to perch, the sort of philosophy that I have is that it's just practice. I'm bad at 1 cycles, so I'm probably going to throw this run anyway. So just treat it like practice. Also, look, I don't know what's happening here. The dragon just disappears. I have no idea why. I don't know what my entity distance is. I assume it's 500. I don't know why it wouldn't be. Yeah, I'm like, here, look, I think that it looks like it's perching. I don't want to throw a pearl there, because, like, I can't see. And then it just appears out of nowhere, and it didn't perch, thankfully. If it did, I don't know if I would have gotten there in time. Also, again, I don't know if you can hear it, but I just said, this is a top tier hater right here. I never say that. That is, like, not one of my mannerisms. I don't know why I said that. That's also something I noticed when I was watching this back earlier. I think it was just because I was nervous, and that's also what's really annoying, is waiting for the dragon to perch. First of all, when you're doing the run, because you have to be alert and ready for the perch at any moment, and it's like you're essentially doing nothing. So you're really nervous. You know it isn't locked at all, and you know you have to stay locked in, but you can't really do anything. And it's also really annoying for me right now, doing a commentary video, because nothing's happening. I have to rely solely just on my brain and my stream of thoughts, because usually you can just if you forget what you're talking about, or if like a train of thought sort of comes to an end, you can just talk about the speedrun. You can talk about what's going on. You can talk about
Okay, it's just practice.
yeah, well, just what's going on. But in an end fight, essentially, nothing's going on. I can just talk about the I guess like the dragon's breath. I can talk about its movements, but that doesn't make a good commentary video. That isn't interesting, and I think.
Click.
Alright, so it flicks right now. I'm kind of alright, let's see how many beds this takes. I don't remember. First bed pretty tragic, but it'll die. Alright, second bed also pretty tragic. Third bed, pretty awful. Fourth bed, good. Fifth bed. Alright, it took 6 beds.
Oh my god!
You can hear my reaction right there. Very loud. I was very excited.
Oh my goodness!
It's also the mic quality just goes down the drain here because I'm screaming.
I'm so good at this.
I'm very thankful that I didn't get this in the middle of the night because I think I would have been able to like control myself and not scream, but I'm also very thankful that alright. I mean the screen's gone black now. It's kind of over. See you guys. I hope you enjoy the commentary videos, and that's really all I have to say. See ya.